know some mythical creatures. The story is about Muffin Dragon. So hold back tight and lend me your ears and attention. Right away, I will be sharing my screen and let's hear a story carefully. I hope my screen is quite legible to all of you. So let's begin. Beyond the horizon, in the middle of the crystal sea, is a beautiful island called Serendipity. This magical island was filled with a variety of wonders, castles and cottages, peasants and kings. In a far corner of the island stood the poorest of the poor castles. Everything was poor, including the villagers who lived inside. But they all were quite contented with all they have. They ignored all the luxuries outside and felt satisfied in whatever they did. But there was a mystery. The villagers took the greatest pride in baking and selling the muffins. But these muffins were not the ordinary one. They were the most delicious, delectable muffins in all the serendipity. Every morning, after the muffins were baked and were still warm, brought outside of the oven, the villagers would load them onto their only wagon. They would hitch up their only horse, and the wagon slowly squeaked up across the drawbridge. They went to the countryside like spots on the old horse. It was in the villages that the muffins were sold the most because they were not the ordinary muffins. They were the most delicious, delectable muffins around the world. Now, the kindly folk that lived in the castle were the rich of the richest, but all his money went into buying milk, flour, and eggs to make and bake the muffins. And the most expensive thing that he got was the kindle firewood, which was used to burn and heat up his gigantic ovens. Every day was just the same. The baker, who was only king, long before the rooster woke up to crow the sun to rise, he get up, mix all his flour, eggs, and milk to make the delectable muffins in the only pace and beaker he had. That was also slightly cracked. He mixed, he whisked, and whipped all into the sugary batter, thick batter. He landed all the batter into the muffin and molds and then slipped the molds into the gigantic oven. Then, while it was still hot, he followed the old ritual of landing these molds of muffins into his only wagon that was taken in the villages for the muffins to be sold. Not bad. That is, until one day there appeared at the castle a great monstrous dragon. Now, this was not your everyday run of the mill dragon. This was an enormous, slightly overweight, muffin munching dragon with crumbs still on his face from the muffins he had eaten in the previous castles he had visited. The dragon came waddling down the hill. The castle folk actually wondered, is it the local villager who is dressed up like a dragon? The muffin dragon took a long, snuffy sniff. Ah, muffins! I smell muffins, the dragon said. From the smell of things, this was the perfect place the muffin munching dragon to live. I love muffins, he mumbled. Can't I get enough? And I would still want more and more. Muffins. He made himself at home and lie down there under the drawbridge. He unpacked his pillow and his pajamas and the picture of his pet, the purple Palomino pony he called Pearl. Then he brushed up his large crunching teeth, kissed the picture, and was just memorizing about the muffins he had. It is going to be marvelously muffin munching morning. With that, he fell asleep, dreaming of the treats to come. The next morning, castle folks actually believed that the dragon has gone away. They started their own ritual to make and bake the delicious, delectable muffins and then molded the muffins into the batter, into the molds, and went to come on the drawbridge to having a sale in the nearby villages. The noise of the squeaking, rusty hinges on the gate woke the soundly sleeping dragon. Fushniffy, what's that? He yawned once, stretched twice, and peeked over the edge of the worn wooden bridge. Now he jumped onto that to get in hold of all the muffins. He leaped onto the bridge with flames broiling from his mouth and his nostrils puffing smoke. He roared, "Stop, or I shall burn up your drawbridge like so many dyed sticks in your oven." The driver was frightened and he cried, What do you want? What? I want just muffins. I demand every time you cross the bridge, you have to hand over 10 fluffy muffins to me, or I shall burn the drawbridge. But this is not your drawbridge, murmured the driver. If I'll burn the drawbridge, this will be for no one else. Do you want that? No, it's okay. I will hand over all the muffins to you whenever I come and go off this drawbridge, said the scared driver. From then on, every time the wagon crossed the drawbridge, both coming and going, the dragon was given 10 fluffy muffins. This would have gone for very long, but one day there was a big problem. And the problem was that all the money that the only baker, who was also the king, earned from selling the muffins was gone off. He was a poor man. So he was not able to sell more muffins because all the muffins were going to the dragon's stomach. Every day he would return with a fewer and fewer supplies, and one day he returned with nothing at all. The wagon was empty, and it was not even the 10 muffins that could be given to wagon. The next morning, the head baker, who was also the king, woke up as usual, and that was the usual as he got. He just sat on the empty stacks of the flour and wondered because there was no eggs, no flour, no milk to whisk and whip and to make the muffins. There was nothing to put in the muffin, nothing to make. With a tear in his eye, the baker, who was also the king, he sat on the empty piles. I have no kindle wood for a fire. I have no supplies. I don't have to make any muffins. Without muffins, the dragon will burn the bridge to ashes. Oh, what am I ever to do? That same morning, the dragon woke up, hanging off his pajamas, kissed off the picture he called Pearl, brushed his teeth, and sat over the bridge in wait of the muffins. But he waited and waited. No wagon come across. That means no muffins to eat as well. Soon the dragon, quite empty stomach, began to rumble, grumble, and growl. Muffins! Where are my muffins? Grumbled the dragon. Finally, he thumbed across the drawbridge. Hey, he shouted, where are my muffins? As he entered the bakery now. There was no answer. The monstrous muffin-munching dragon waddled up and down the halls of the following the smells of yesterday's muffins. Finally, he rumbled into the bakery itself. Where are my muffins? He roared. I have been waiting and waiting. It has only been out of kindness that I haven't burned the bridge down. I am hungry and I am not happy at all. Now, just where are my muffins? The head baker, who was also the king, said, I'm a very poor baker. I live in the poor land. I live in the poor castle indeed. I do not have any money to buy milk, bread, flour, or eggs. I do not have any expensive kindle wood to light up and heat my gigantic ovens also. We cannot afford to buy kindle wood, and our ovens have no heat to bake the muffins. The muffin dragon was sad beyond belief. He should have burnt the bridge down and moved on to another castle, but he didn't. Why even the batter was better? Whatever were they to do now? Think. It was just then that muffin munching dragon came up to the most marvelous and ingenious of plans. I have it, he roared. I can
afford.
I can have all the things for you to make the muffins. And now, even more. So the dragon packed his willow, his pajamas, and the picture of his pet pearl and moved to a new home. Can you tell me where did he go? Where did he stay? And how did the muffin dragon save the day? Simply answered. From that day forward, the muffin dragon lived inside the bakery where he lolled about blowing flame from his mouth, heating the massive ovens with ease. So, with the money he saved from not having to buy expensive kindle wood, the baker, who was also the king, could easily afford to live a generous stack of mouth-watering muffins within easy reach of a dragon's great paw. While heating up the ovens with a lot of style and grace, the muffin dragon smiles a smile with crumbs upon his face. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Divya. Wasn't that great? I hope all of you enjoy it. Let's move to the next part of our webinar, which is a role play between Tanveer and Sanika, our students. So over to our storyteller, Divya again.
Wow. Now let's have a mesmerizing performance between the schoolgirl Sanika and a werewolf. Let's enter into this mythical world and see what they have to say.
Hi. Hello. Who are you?
I am the werewolf. Ha ha ha.
How are you so special? How did you become a werewolf?
I am extremely fast. I have super senses of sight, smell, and hearing. I am an ordinary person during normal nights. I transform into a werewolf on a full moon. On a full moon day, I got turned into a werewolf because a werewolf bit me.
Ooh, that sounds interesting. I will read more about you.
That was sad. Now let's see what our another act has to do. Let's watch an act between a schoolboy and a mermaid.
Hey, hi. May I know who you are?
I am a mermaid and I like to swim. Fishes are my best friends.
Why do you consider yourself so special?
I am half human and half fish. I can survive both on land and in water. That's how I function, and that's what my specialty is.
That makes you different from us.
Yeah, actually, that is what makes you different from us. That was amazing. Not last and not the least, let's have another mythical creature, that is a unicorn. Let's see what does a unicorn have to say to us.
I am the unicorn. Unicorns are good and pure creatures with magical powers. They are strong, often vibrant in color, and difficult to catch. I'm a legendary animal, and my appearance is the ordinary horse.
Wow. Let's all welcome the phoenix as well. Let's see what a phoenix has to convey.
Tanveer, can you unmute?
I was. Hi, you all beautiful people out there. My name is Phoenix. I was reborn out of fire because earlier I died when I was a bird. God has given me this new life, and you know what? I am thankful to God for this life. It's incredible and amazing. I enjoy my life and accept all my positives and negatives proudly.
Wow, that's amazing. And that's what we all have to do, right? To accept all our positives and negatives from ourselves and let's conquer the world. That is what our next session is. I just want to inform you and convey to you that there are a lot many things which should be developed and inculcated by you all to have a great stress-free life. I want to tell you how confidence and how stage presence play a key role in our lives. You might have seen the phoenix, the mermaid, and other mystical creatures perform in front of you confidently. That is what is confidence, and that is what is presenting yourself boldly on the stage. Let me quickly discuss with you what all is extremely important for you to have a confident attitude. The first and foremost is the expressions. You know, when you speak your heart out loud. You have a connection with your heart and your audience. When you speak directly from your heart, and that is what is reflected on your face. And that is what is adored by the audience as well. Point number two, to be remembered by you, is voice modulation. Your voice has to be raised and lowered down according to the message you have to convey. When you speak, you are able to change the messages, the tone, the stress on the words. An effective voice modulation can mean the difference between a boring speech and a captivating one. Body language is the third key important point. You cannot stand on the stage just like a stew. You have to move and cover the stage all around. That is a range of non-verbal signals that you use to communicate for your feelings and intentions. These include the posture, the way you stand, the way you bring your hand up, the way you move your leg. It includes your facial expressions and hand gestures and etc. Eye to eye contact. It's important. You are not a coward. You are a strong, proud, confident person. So stand like that. Eye contact is an invitation to turn your talk into a conversation. It creates a bond between the speaker and the listener. It is the connection that is beneficial to both the parties. When you look someone in the eye, you seem confident. They are more likely to look at you and they are more likely to listen to you. Your message is clearly conveyed to the listener when you look into their eyes. Last but not the least, gestures again are quite efficient and crucial in terms of confidence and stage presence. A gesture is a form of non-verbal communication and non-vocal communication in which visible bodily actions communicate particular messages. Gestures include movement of your hands, your face, the way you express your message, and the other parts of your body. With this, let's welcome Sanika, the youngest author of India, and let's know about her journey from a reader to a writer. Welcome, Sanika. We all welcome you here on this platform and request you to introduce yourself to a lovely audience.
Well, as you all know, I am Sanika. I am 10 years old and I am in fifth grade of Vidya School, Yerwada. I am from Pune and my hobbies would be tennis, reading books, and singing. My strengths are my curiosity and my creativity.
Wow, that's interesting. Our audience wants to know, Sanika, what inspired you to write a storybook? And since when did you start writing your own storybook?
Well, there were many people and things that inspired me to write my own storybook, but the people that mostly inspired me to write my own storybook would be my parents and also fictions I have read. I was very fond of reading storybooks at the age of 4 or maybe 5, and ideas which I used to write down inside a book. They were short stories, but when my parents read it, they were impressed. They saw the potential in me, and they were the ones who.
Wow, that proves that your parents actually played a crucial role in your journey.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Sanika, can you express your journey to our audience, how you became a writer from a reader?
Well, my journey was great. I There were many challenges, but there was also excitement, adventures, learning. And I also learned many things.
Of course, this has to be a very stressful and inspirational journey. What are some of your
Yeah.
favorite books that might have inspired you to be an author? There would be many, right?
Yeah, there are many, but one of my three favorite books are Skylar Robbins and the Mystery of the Hidden Jewels, Harry Potter, and Matilda.
Sounds great and interesting. What are some of your key learnings, Sanika, that you might have learned from this journey? I hope the audience wants to know that.
Well, the key learnings I did get is that my habit of reading books shouldn't stop, as it helped me in my writing, improved my vocabulary, and also enhanced my imagination.
I can imagine how vivid imagination you might have. Do you have any advice for our young readers and authors?
Yes, I do. The advice I would give to the young readers and authors out there would be that they should stay focused, be calm, read all the books they can, and when they start, never stop.
Wow, what a piece of advice it is. I have also seen how authors are actually patient, focused, and calm. All right, Sanika, I believe with me, the audience also is curious to know something, at least little, about your upcoming book release. You are going to be a new author, huh? Okay. I think Sanika is facing a bit of network problem. No issues. She will join us soon. Just let me tell you that there are certain good books which a child must read.
Your voice is breaking.
Sorry, yeah, we have Sanika again with us. Hi, Sanika. Sanika, let me
Yeah,
conclude
sorry, the
this
internet
part.
was a little bad.
It's okay. Let me conclude this part. Can you tell the audience about your book release?
Yeah, I would be very excited to tell you about my book, but it's yet to be published, so I would keep it as a little suspense. All I would say would be that it's full of adventures, excitement, fun, and expressions. And I'm sure my dear readers would love this book. But the wait is not very long, as my publisher, Wordly Wise, is doing a great job at publishing the book.
Wow,
So
you are
quickly grab a copy and start reading.
wow, you are actually a great inspiration to all of us. I would love, Sanika, if you could tell the readers, the authors, and the listeners about some of the books I'm just going to mention. Children, the books you can go through are Harry Potter, Pepper the Dog, Roald Dahl's Gruffalo, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Matilda, Fantastic Mr. These are amazingly written books, and your children could surely go and grab one copy from the market and go through it. Sanika, can you brief out about some?
Well, I would like to tell about Matilda. Roald Dahl has portrayed Matilda as a kind, cunning, small girl who loves to read books just like me.
Wow. And I believe the readers would actually develop interest in reading the books. Perfect. So
Yeah,
it was a nice conversation with you, Sanika. Our audience got to know you as an author and as a really sweet person. Thank you so much. All right.
same.
Coming,
Thank
thank you. Coming to the end of our session, let me tell you something about the importance of reading and the courses that we offer here at Lattu Kids. Reading, writing, speaking, listening, they all play a very vital role in any language. And that is what our forte and motto is. So at Lattu Kids, we offer courses like Junior Shakespeare, Phonics, and Junior Author. Let me brief you quickly about the same. In the Junior Shakespeare program, the children are offered with stories, compositions, role plays, letter writing, and much more. This course can be taken up by the students of grade 2 to grade 5. This will help the children in better conversational language, expressions, vocabulary, and confidence. The other course is phonics course. As you all know, the basic phonics is extremely important for any child's early learning age. So this program is for the children from UKG till grade 1. The focus here will be on right pronunciations, pre-reading and reading. Not to forget blends, tricky words and some writing skills as well. This is a program that sets the foundation for good English conversational skills and vocabulary. It can be considered as a precursor to the Junior Shakespeare program. Last but not the least, Junior Author program is for the children from grade 2 to grade 5. It's a structured curriculum and aims to guide children to become an author and write their own fiction books like our youngest author Sanika did. The children will get an opportunity to publish their first book with guidance of Lattu teachers and worldly wise publishers. You can go through the website, and for any queries, you can go to YouTube and our contact details. Write to us, call us, and all your queries will be answered and entertained. I would request you all to at least go through the curriculum and think about it. How important does any language play? How important role does any language play in our lives? So stay home, stay safe, keep reading books, stand in front of the mirror, ask yourself what are your positives, what are your negatives, accept them proudly, and conquer the world.
Thank you, everyone. A special thanks to Divya, Sanika, and Tanveer. I hope all of you had a really wonderful time. So, for all the parents, we have a very special offer today only for this particular session. Okay, so we are offering a 30% discount on our junior author course, and you can enroll your student into the course for 1,000 rupees only. Let me repeat it that the offer only lasts till the session ends. Okay. We are extending the offer for 10 minutes after this session. And this is a great opportunity you can grab 30% discount on our junior author course. Thank you everyone once again for joining us today. I would really uh, recommend everyone to take the advantage of the opportunity and enroll for the course. This is a really good discount, a really good course. And once again, thank you, Divya. Thank you, Sanika. And thank you, Tanvi.
You can look at the link given in the chat box for the activation of this course. And this link is valid for another 10